Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing my recommendations for the upcoming Sephora VIB sale. It is literally just around the corner. I'm going to be putting all of the details right here so you can read through that. This information is of course also available on their official website. So for today's video, I just wanted to mention that I am going to try my best to mostly include products that are a little bit newer to Sephora. So I would suggest to you guys, in case you want more recommendations, in case you really want to know what my die-hard favorite products have been since years, I actually made a video last year where I definitely did include more of those like core products that I love. So I'm going to be linking this right here up in the cards. I'm also going to leave it in my end cards, and I'm going to be leaving it in my description box down below. Go ahead and check that video out because those recommendations are actually still up to date. I checked all of the recommendations from last year in that video and I was like, well, I still really do enjoy these products, and each and every one of them I would still recommend for 2025. Unless they've gotten discontinued or the brand is no longer sold at Sephora. But otherwise, they are still up to date. And of course, I'm also going to be listing and linking all of the products that I'm talking in today's video in that description box. So in case you do end up enjoying this video, why not give it a like? Subscribe to my channel and also ring the bell in order to get notified about my upcoming videos. And please do let me know in the comment section down below, are you shopping the VIB sale? Are you actually picking something up? In case, what are you actually eyeing? I would love to know. But you guys, I am so excited for today's video. I've got some amazing recommendations. I've really tried hard to narrow it down. So I'm going to be doing this in the order that I would do my makeup in. And so let's actually start off with some primers. So just in case this is your very first video that you're watching, you may not know this about me, but I always do prime my skin prior to makeup application, and I do definitely have a preference when it comes to primers. I don't love a glowy, dewy primer. I prefer something that blurs, that mattifies, or something that just gives me that smooth base to apply makeup on top of. And I told you guys that I don't want to sound like a broken record, but I feel like with this section, it's almost inevitable to not recommend you my top 2 favorite primers of all time. So let's just do this really quickly. Of course, I'm going to be talking about my DANESSA MYRICKS Yummy Skin Water Powder Serum. This is like a prepping step to me. So I apply it right here, a little bit on my chin. That's it. You know, a couple of drops will suffice. And this will keep me from getting as oily as I would get without applying it. So this is literally so essential in my makeup routine. I have been loving this product, and I know it was featured in last year's video, and so is this one. But I just have to mention them real quick. So this is the Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Primer. I've got the jumbo size because I am using this product all the time. I have repurchased this multiple times, and I always purchase this during the Sephora sale because this is expensive. It's pricey, but it's one of the best primers I've ever tried. This will make your skin just look flawless. It will cancel out the shine, but it will also blur your skin, and your skin is going to feel like silk. And the makeup just applies on top of this so perfectly. I love this. So if you just want to try it, just pick up the very small size just to try it out. Don't get the jumbo size straight away unless you really love it, okay? So I would say if you don't want to spend Hourglass money, maybe look into this one. So this is the One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. Mine is almost empty. I've been using this so much. I will apply this all over my face. My skin is just blurred and hydrated. My skin feels a little bit more mattified. My shine is definitely a little bit less. So I just really have been loving this primer so much. So the next one is still a little bit newer on the market, and I've been enjoying this ever since I've tried it out for the very first time. This is one that I use a little bit more in targeted areas. So this is the Makeup Forever Pore Minimizer Primer. I've got the travel size because I just wanted to try this one out. I apply this right here where my pores are a little bit more enhanced, and this will just cancel out everything. Like this will blur like nothing else. but I would not necessarily put this all over my face. I feel like these two are a little bit better, you know, to put all over your face, whereas this one is really more of like that pore filling primer. Now, in last year's video, I had quite a lot of foundations, but in this year's video, I tried to really limit myself to some newer products. The very first one is one that I've not featured on my channel just yet. I've tried this out 3 times now, and I'm in love. And this is a skin tint. And it's a newer release, but oh my gosh, I'm blown away. So this is the Milk Makeup Hydro Grip Gel Tint. Now, usually I am not the biggest skin tint fan, but this texture is so different from every more like glowy skin tint, like radiant skin tint that I've ever tried, that this really deserves to be in this video. It almost feels like a gel, but it also has this like glowy finish, and I need to powder this down. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I could not wear this without powder. This has more like light coverage, but it can also be built up to a solid medium coverage. I also love the shade that I've got. I've got this in the shade 3. This also wore really, really well. It just made my skin look so fresh. So if you have drier skin, oh my gosh, I can only imagine how much you would adore this. But also if you have oilier skin, I think you would love this because it is hydrating, but it's not greasy. It's not slippery. This will adhere to your skin. And it was very long wearing, and I really did not think I would love it as much as I actually ended up doing, but man, this blew my socks off. The next product is a little bit more of my type of product, you know, more of the traditional product that I would actually go for. And this is, I mean, this is such a beautiful foundation. This is by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And this is the Impeccable Blurring Second Skin Matte Foundation. This is so beautiful. Even if you have dry skin, I think you would love this because this is just not a cakey, drying sort of formula. I just feel like the texture of this is quite creamy, but the coverage of this is what makes this product just so amazing. The way that this looks, and I'm actually wearing this on my skin today, and I just feel like, yes, this blurs, this makes me look flawless. It's just so good. The only downside about this product is their shade range. Although they've got a lot of shades, they kind of forgot a couple of undertones. Now, I wish they would have a shade that is called 2C, because you guys may know I'm a neutral, leaning cool undertone. So I had to end up with a mixing situation. I have to mix the shade 1CR, which is a cool rosy undertone, with the shade 3CR, because there is no 2CR. And usually I'm a light shade, so I have to do a mixing situation. It's not too much of a biggie because look, the shade is matching me perfectly that way. Nonetheless, if you can find your shade match in this foundation, oh man, you would not be disappointed. And also, you don't need a lot of product. It just has the most beautiful full coverage I've seen in a long time. Blends out beautifully. I use a dampened sponge to blend this out. But alright, so let's move on to the concealers. Of course, you guys know I love my Natasha Denona High Concealer. I also love my Hourglass Vanish Concealer. This concealer is not necessarily new on the market, but I only tried this out last year, and I'm talking about the Haus Labs Triclone Concealer. This is magic, and I absolutely love it. I actually do have this in 2 shades. This is the shade 22 Light Medium Peach, and I also have this in the shade 12 Light Rosy. I love this for underneath my eyes. This is hydrating. It's not one of these serum concealers, those very thin concealers. Those really will crease on me. This has some grip to my skin, you know, this will adhere to my skin, and it's not gonna like travel around, which I do appreciate, especially if you have a little bit more mature skin. I do feel like something like the Haus Labs concealer is fantastic. It is absolutely beautiful, has great coverage, almost like medium to full coverage. I just need a little bit of this for underneath my eyes, and I just always feel like that my under eyes look amazing whenever I wear this. So let's move on to some setting powders. I actually picked out 2 that are a little bit newer on the market in the greater scheme of things. In my last year's video, I definitely have more like die-hard favorite powders that I still love and that I would still recommend, but these are a little bit newer. So the very first one is a pressed powder, And this one is by Too Faced, and it's the Born This Way Soft Blur Flexible Finish Setting Powder. First off, this packaging. So adorable. I've got this in the shade Light. It's a little bit on the pricier side, but I think the quality just speaks for itself. This is so long wearing. This is blurring. And I also brought this with me on holidays because it is so slim. Like, this is just so travel friendly. And I went somewhere where it was extremely hot, and this performed. This really did perform, especially on my more oily prone skin. And it was also in my best of 2024 video. It wasn't in my last year's Sephora recommendations video because this was released a little bit later that year. But yeah, I just think this is an amazing powder. The other powder that I really love, and I feel like everybody could use this, no matter your skin type, and this is actually the powder that I'm wearing today. This is by Makeup by Mario, and this is the Surreal Skin Soft Blur Setting Powder. I've got mine in the shade Fair. I really like this. This is so blurring. Maybe not the strongest when it comes to oil control, but nonetheless, it does an amazing job still. And I feel like whenever I'm wearing this, my skin looks so beautiful. And it does not look like I've powdered a ton, which I also really do appreciate. So if you're not the biggest fan of powder and you want a powder, maybe look into this one. Okay, so let's talk about the booming category of setting sprays. Now, there are so many setting sprays that are currently being released. The newer one that I really like is by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's the Impeccable Setting Spray. This actually was released alongside with the foundation, and this is, it's really great. I really love it. It definitely makes my makeup wear longer. It really does perform in that sense. You just gotta spray enough of this on your skin. It is kind of marketed as a blurring setting spray. I would go so far and say the Hourglass one, the Veiled setting spray, is so much more blurring. This one is not necessarily blurring, but it just gets the job done so nicely. It does have a really lovely scent to it. The Hourglass one is fragrance-free. This does include some alcohol. So if you don't like that, maybe don't buy it. Did not really cause any issues for me, but I don't know about you, okay? So I just wanted to have mentioned that. But I'm going to be trying out more setting sprays this year, most definitely. Okay, so let's actually move on to some color complexion products. Let's actually start off with a contouring stick that I've been loving. And this is by Too Faced, and this is the Melting, Bronzing, and Sculpting Stick. I've got this in the shade Chocolate Mousse, which is their lightest shade. And oh my gosh, ever since I got this, I've been using this, and you don't need a lot of this product because this is quite pigmented, but the texture of this is so beautiful. It really will just melt into your skin in the most flattering way, okay? The shade is also cool toned enough, yet it's not like a gray stripe, because I don't actually love that. I just put a little bit of it on today and also on my forehead, literally where I would contour. It does smell of Jaffa cakes. It's literally like orange meets chocolate. Yeah, so that's not my favorite thing, but a lot of these Too Faced products tend to be a little bit fragrance. Okay, so in terms of bronzers, there weren't really many new bronzers that I've tried out because I also have so many. So this is a section where I don't really have a brand new product for you guys. I just want to mention quickly one of my all-time favorite bronzers that is sold at Sephora in case you're interested, and that is by Hourglass, and it's the Ambient Lighting Bronzer, and specifically in the shade Diffuse Bronze Light. Now, this is the travel size. I also have the full size, but I love this so much that I also got a travel size in case I'm on the go, in case I'm on the road, in case I'm traveling. This is the shade. I mean, you can't really tell what the shade is like, but I also put this on top of the Too Faced contouring stick today. It's a little bit more on the cooler side. So if you have more of that cool undertone, you would absolutely adore this. This is so beautiful. And again, if you just want to try it out, they've got this in a travel size as well. I actually did empty an entire travel size of this bronzer. So I did repurchase the travel size and I did purchase the full size. Just happened that this was just lying on my desk today. So for today's selection in terms of blushes, I really try to limit myself to the ones that I just adore and love. And, you know, those are just diehard favorite products of mine, and the very new blush releases. I'm gonna make a separate video on all of the new blushes that I've been trying out lately. So let's actually start off with a liquid blush. This is by Huda Beauty, and this is the Blush Filter Liquid Blush. This is one of the best liquid blushes that I've ever tried out. It just looks so flawless on your skin. It's not over the top shiny, it's not over the top dewy or wet. I just feel like this really looks amazing on my cheeks. This is the shade Strawberry Cream. I also picked up this newer shade Ube Cream. Oh, this is beautiful. I'm gonna be including that in my blush video that I'm gonna make. I promise you it's gonna come, okay? But I'm kind of waiting on these new Westman Atelier blushes because I kind of want to include those as well. I'm telling you, there are so many blush releases, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, this shade is also stunning. This is a little bit less pigmented than the Strawberry Cream one. I also really love this shade. This is the shade Latte. I'm not sure if this was a limited edition, but it's such a beautiful, more like nudie type of shade. I've been really loving this one. So let's actually move on to the powder blushes. So maybe let's start with the one that I'm actually currently wearing on my cheeks, and this is the one that has also a little bit more of that glowier finish. Usually I do prefer a matte blush, but this is just such an exception. This is by Kosas, and this is the Blush is Life, and in particular this shade. This is the shade Swoon. I freaking adore this shade. I don't know what it is about this, but every time I'm wearing this, I just love how my cheeks look. Now, this does have a little bit of that glow to it, but not over the top. I also have the shade Dreamland and Euphoria, and I feel like both of them have a little bit more of that glow to them. This is more of that mauvey shade with a little bit of red in there. It's such an interesting color. I'm telling you, this is such a unique color in my collection that's very hard to do. This formula is also a little bit more buildable, so you don't have to worry about applying too much straight away. I just think this is such an elegant formula. I really have been loving this blush. This blush needs to be in this video. The next one is a matte blush, but they also have more like glowy finishes. This formula really shines with the matte finish, and especially this shade. So these are the Fenty Beauty Suede Powder Blushes, and this is my favorite shade. This is the shade Bacon Cakes. What a beautiful nude-toned, rosy, kind of like shade, like brownie rosy shade. This is RMS Redimension Hydra Blush in Maiden's Blush in a matte version. And that was everything I ever wanted. I wanted the universe to give me that shade in a matte finish, and Fenty Beauty just delivered on that. So this is stunning. This formula is also amazing. It's a little bit more buildable. So again, not over the top pigmented straight away. You can definitely build this one up, you know, to the level that you want to build your blush up. And you're just so beautiful. It's blurring, it's long wearing, and I just really have been loving this blush. So in terms of highlighters, there is actually a highlighter that is 50% off that I really love, and I actually wanted to include it in today's video, but then I realized that was actually a limited edition, and currently it's 50% off, so I don't think that you can stack the VIB sale on top of that, but it's 50% off, which is not bad. And if you've not tried this one out yet, go for it, because they are going to discontinue this product, and I don't understand why they're doing that, because this is such an amazing highlighter. This is also by Fenty Beauty, and it's the Demi Glow Light Diffusing Highlighter. It's such a good formula. It's a baked highlighter. I've got mine in the shade Too Much, and what I really loved about these highlighters is the fact that they came in different undertones, but the undertones were inspired by skin tones. So because I'm a little bit more of that cool neutral undertone, I decided to go with this shade, and it looks so stunning on me. And yeah, 50% off. I mean, just wanted to have mentioned this, but yeah, next year it's not going to be around anymore, which is such a shame. But the one that I'm currently wearing, I just discovered this a couple of months ago. And it's just such a good formula and so underrated, so overlooked. I am currently wearing this on my nose. Just look at this highlight on my nose. I love a good highlighter that gives me that wet skin look that does not have any glitter particles in there. That looks a little bit pearlescent, but I don't want to see shimmer particles on my skin. I really don't. I just want something that is highly light reflective and that just looks beautiful, and something that is also not texture enhancing. And this is everything. This is actually by Makeup by Mario, and it's the Soft Glow highlighter. This is the shade Pearl. It's so beautiful. Honestly, I thought Pearl would be a little bit more on the pinker side, but it's more of that champagne-y sort of undertone. And I've been using this so much in my everyday life ever since I've tried this one out. I think it's beautiful. It's stunning. So if you happen to love the same highlighters than I do, you would love this. This is so amazing. So let's actually move on to the eyes. So let's maybe start off with the eyebrow products, and now I'm gonna sound like a very broken record. I love this combination so much, and you guys know what's gonna come. You guys know it. You guys know it. I mean, my favorite eyebrow pencil is the Rare Beauty Brow Harmony Precision pencil. I've got this in the shade Rich Taupe. It's amazing. I just love it. I use this all the time. I've emptied so many. And my favorite eyebrow gel, of course. I've been raving about this ever since it came out. It's just my favorite one. This is by Kosas, and it's the Airbrow Gel in the shade Soft Brown. I don't know how many of those I've emptied. So many. And this is almost empty as well. I use this product every single day. Like, this gives me medium hold. Like, this is not like a glue, okay? But I use this to really fill in my brows and to actually just put them into place. I'm not someone who brushes their eyebrows upwards. I just kind of do it sideways, and this is enough for me. But I just love the tint of this. That's what I really love about this. This combination always looks great. Love these two products, and yeah, I mean, the record was broken, so let's move on to some newer things. So let's actually talk a little bit about some eyeshadow products that are being sold at Sephora. I really love Huda Beauty, and this one, Icy Nude, the one that came out over Christmas, is just so fantastic. And I'm using this quite a lot in my everyday life. I just really love the tones. I've been talking about this quite a lot. I could only recommend this. This has amazing quality. I really like these shades, really up my alley. Apart from this glitter, okay? Just ignore that glitter shade that's in here. It's sharp and gritty and terrible, but apart from that, I think this is a beautiful formula. This is still available, although it's going to be discontinued at some point in time because it's a limited edition. Same goes for the Pretty Grunge palette. I still love this palette. This is also a limited edition, but it's still available. This is more like mauvey meets some nude tones, a little bit of peach right there. This is a little bit deeper, a little bit grungier, as the name says it, but I still feel like that this is an amazing formula. But recently, I've tried out a new release at Sephora, and I never thought in a billion years that I would love this formula as much as I actually do. So I picked up this Charlotte Tilbury Beautifying Eye Trends in the colorway Super Neutral. Guys, this is stunning. Oh my gosh. I don't even care about the packaging, whatever, right? This formula is so beautiful. I mean, these shimmers, they almost look like a wet gloss on my lids, and they are not emollient or anything. But it's just a sparkle in these. This was so beautiful on my eyes that I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get another colorway. So I got this Emerald Effect colorway, this one right here. I can't wait to create more looks with this. I think by the time that you see this video, I've already uploaded the looks that I've created with this palette. This is really something. Although the packaging, I mean, whatever. This product is amazing. By the way, I am not wearing any of these palettes on my eyes today. This is an indie palette, and I'm going to be posting this look over my YouTube Shorts tab very soon. Okay, so that's gonna come up. But I wanted to talk about the eyeliner that I'm wearing in my waterline because that is actually sold at Sephora. And this eyeliner is so amazing for the waterline. This will stick. because I have a very watery waterline. And some eyeliners will definitely fade over time, not this one. This is by Huda Beauty and it's the Creamy Coal Long Wear Eye Pencil. And the name of this is so justified because this is so long wearing. I've got this in the shade Very Brown. I love a good brown waterline. It's amazing. I've been wearing this a ton because it's so, so, so good. Like the pencil, it's not a crayon. It's one of these that you just twist up. But to be honest with you, I really don't mind this. Like, I really don't. It's just such a fantastic eyeliner. So if you've been looking for a really like long wearing eyeliner for your waterline, maybe, this is beautiful. Would definitely recommend this. So in terms of mascara, I will always love my Hourglass Unlocked mascara. That one is my favorite one that is sold at Sephora, but there is a new one in town and this one is so amazing. I am actually wearing this on my lashes today and I love this one. This is the new House Labs B-Structural Volumizing and Lengthening Mascara. This is lengthening my lashes. It does not smudge. It does not flake off. Although it's a little bit of a drier formula, I will admit that, but it's not flaky. It's not crumbly. And this will definitely lengthen my lashes. I really feel like my lashes really look quite dramatic whenever I apply this mascara. It's also really lovely in the way that it's a super black mascara. I really love this. This formula is amazing. The brush has fiber bristles to it. And it's a little bit more narrow on the tip, but it really allows me to get in there, you know, like to get all of these like smaller lashes that are towards my inner corner to like grab them. So I really have been enjoying this mascara. This was quite a surprise to me because I was very unsure if I would love it, but I've been reaching for this a ton. Okay, so those were all of the products that I would recommend for the eyes. So let's quickly move over to the lips. So for this year, I tried to select a lip liner formula that I only recently discovered, like last year. These are the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencils. Now, these are multi-use pencils. I only use them on my lips, but they've got some beautiful, beautiful shades. And I've got 5. I picked up 5 shades because these are the shades that I just love the most. Today I'm actually wearing Anywhere Caffeine, which is this more brownie shade. I really love this one. I also love Endless Cacao. Amazing, amazing. These are just almost like the Lawless liners, where they are like creamy so that they glide on like in a beautiful way, but they are not too creamy. So they won't wear off, but they are also not so stiff that they would tug your lips, because that's something I really don't love. That's the only lip liner I wanted to mention. I could mention so many more, but you know. Let's actually move on to a lip oil / lip gloss hybrid that I madly fell in love with. And I started off with 1 shade, and now I ended up with 6 shades. That's how I roll. So this is the Too Faced Kissing Jelly Gloss. This was my very first shade, Cotton Candy. These are lip glosses that have high shine. They are so nourishing. Like they say it's a lip oil gloss hybrid. They do feel like a lip oil on the lips. They don't have this like really tackiness that a lip gloss sometimes can have, but they've got the shine of a lip gloss and the feeling of a lip oil without being too slippery. These feel like more like jelly on the lips. I love this formula. This is not going to be blue on your lips, okay? So the pigmentation of these is also a little bit sheerer. So it will cool down your lips just a little bit, but you can't tell that you are wearing like a blue lip gloss. So maybe that's disappointing news, maybe that's good news. To be honest, I don't mind. I'm just all in because of this cotton candy flavor. This shade actually does not have any shimmer in here, okay? I've got 2 more that don't have shimmer in here. I also have this one, Juicy Watermelon, and they have the best like flavor selection ever. So Juicy Watermelon, yum, so, so, so good. And I recently picked up a new edition. This is Cherry Pie. Get out. It's so yummy as well. Love it. And then I've got 3 of these shimmery ones. This one is Grape Soda. This is the one that I like the least. And I thought this would be my favorite one. This doesn't give me any grape. I thought grape soda would like taste a little bit more like grape. This tastes more like soda. So the grape don't get it. This is the only one that disappointed me in terms of flavor. Now, I also have this newer edition called Birthday Kiss. This is like a gourmandise from heaven. Oh my gosh. And look at that shade. Look at this. Wow. So, so, so beautiful. And then another one. This is bubblegum. Bubblegum. Oh, I would definitely recommend this formula. These flavors are top notch, okay? So I love these. I really have been loving them ever since I've tried this one. I fell in love with them. Really love them. Okay, so let's actually move on to the next product. And this is also a product where I started off with one color. And guess what? Now I've got 11. 11. I just wanted these. I really wanted these because this formula is one of these formulas that is just so beautiful on my lips. I really love them. And of course, I'm talking about the Anastasia Beverly Hills Lip Velvets. This formula is so amazing. This is everything I love. I love a good matte lip product. This is not a liquid lipstick. Usually liquid lipsticks are thin and they will dry down and they will enhance all of your texture, all of your fine lines on your lips. This is very different. This is more of that thick sort of cream, but it's so blurring. This looks so blurring on my lips. It's so comfortable. It's like a cushion on your lips. It's very long lasting and this does not dry down completely. And my favorite shade is this one. Pale Mauve. You guys know how many times I was asked, what's on your lips whenever I wore this? And it's always this. This is just such a beautiful, cool toned, mauvey nude shade. It's amazing. Another shade that I really love is Pure Hollywood. This is more of that nude brown pinkish shade. So let's talk about one more product, and this is a bullet lipstick. This is not a new release, okay? But I only recently tried this formula out and I fell in love with it. And I'm actually wearing this on my lips today. And this is by Rare Beauty and it's the matte lipstick. This shade Talented, love it. This is like this beautiful nude, almost like peachy brown. It's a little bit warmer, but it's still not too warm, right? This lipstick is not gonna break your bank. It has a beautiful creamy matte finish, an amazing feeling onto the lips. It's not gonna dry out your lips. I also really do love this shade. This is the shade Worthy. The shade Worthy is a little bit more of that muted mauve brown. You guys know I love a good nude. I love a good brown. I mean, you can get me with something like that. But they have so many shades. And honestly, this formula, I slept on this formula for so long. And I'm so happy that I finally gave them a try. And I love them. I cannot put these down anymore. They are amazing. But yeah, you guys, those were all of my makeup recommendations for the upcoming Sephora sale. Please do let me know in the comment section down below. Have you tried any of my recommendations? Is there something else that you would like to pick up if you're shopping at all? Let me know. And please don't forget to check out my description box. All of the products that I just talked about are going to be listed and linked there. And if you shop through my links, thank you so much. If you do want to support the channel in any other way, just give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and also ring the bell in order to get notified about my upcoming videos. And until next time, please do take care. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.